Hello, I'm Christian from the WELSH Sports channel and DragonSports, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the young breakthrough players of the season. I got 3 of them. For a bit of context, I'm not going to talk about players that signed. I'm going to talk about the 3 players that came up through academies and through the under-20s and stuff. So the first player I've gone for is Rhys Barratt of Cardiff. He's only 22 and he's not really played at all for Cardiff before this season, but he came in about midway through the season, mainly due to injuries, due to some rotation, and they give him a go, and he actually really impressed. Struggled when he was sort of getting into the game at scrum, kind of getting dominated a little bit, which is understandable at that age with the lack of experience. But what was really impressive with him is he managed to make adjustments on the fly, maybe take some information from the coaches about what was happening or from senior players, and he was managing to make changes and actually then able to get some parity in the scrum, which is super impressive for such a young guy with not a lot of experience, which means, you know, he's obviously got a really good rugby brain, understands the scrum as well. Not only that, he's pretty decent around the loose, he's quite big and he's got a good carrying game in his game. The unfortunate thing, what he was unlucky for, he was actually training with the Wales squad, just as part of like when they bring the young players in, just to give them some experience. But he was unfortunate towards the end of the season when Cardiff played Leinster away. He picked up a nasty injury and that put him out for the rest of the season, because I think he had a good chance of going sort of onto this summer tour if that wasn't the case. But looking forward to seeing what happens next season when he comes back fit. Second player then is Huw Anderson of the Dragons. No surprise to see this guy in here. He had an absolutely electric burst onto the scene. That try against Newcastle is probably what everyone's memory of his season was, and I think it was the Dragons' try of the season awarded. Really, really exciting prospect. You could have actually seen him possibly go on this summer's tour if it was more of a developmental one, but seeing as it was like a must-win, they went with the more experience of Cam Winnett. But I think in years gone by, he would have been in there and he would have been competing for the 23. But what I like about Anderson is he's fearless. He's in a season where nothing's really gone well for the Dragons and they've struggled to even create anything. Every time he gets the ball, he wants to have a go. Now, sometimes it doesn't work naturally and he'll learn that part of his game, but he is 20, so eventually he'll learn, right, now it's not on, I'll have to kick. But the fact that he's got that sort of pace and backs his ability to go on these nice runs, and he's a promising guy for the future and part of that young crop that Dragons fans can be really excited about. And then my third player, who was the breakthrough player of the season, young player, is Max Page. Probably everyone who saw the title of this video is going to know that he was going to be the number one. No surprise. Came in first game of the season, was a late replacement actually, late call up into the squad. Scored with a really good finish, and from there on in he's never really sort of looked back. His pace is electric. He's got so much explosive power in him, really hard to tackle. You see when players come in, he's got that nice stiff arm, and he's just got real sort of X factor stuff. He always looks like he's going to make something happen, and he's got already multiple highlight reel moments. So, you know, the future is really impressive. He can play 2 different positions as well, play on the wing, at centre. I think we might see him get employed a bit more on the wing next season and maybe in the summer. But eventually, hopefully, he'll move in. Still has some defensive issues at 13. But on the wing, you give him an opportunity, you give him any sort of space, and he makes the most of it without any issues whatsoever. Still lots of work-ons, but he's had a great season. And next season, I'm really excited to see what happens and whether he can get any game time this summer, because, you know, he's got an outside chance and you could say he probably really deserves it. But that's all from me. Let me know what you think and I will catch you on the next one.